paper, but then Mr. Mason said that like not every student enjoys writing papers, so he wanted to make it fun, so we did a video that also connected all of these themes together. So this way, like, it's a very creative way that students can get into, because we all are in technology, and we can also add entertaining things that we all enjoy, like music and images. So it also, every other student in the classroom is they're more responsive to it, because everyone just enjoys lecturing. They like to see things and hear things that are out of the normal. So it's just, and it also gives you, the students, a new way to work with technology. Like, I used iMovie to make my video, and we found out how easy of a program it was, and like all the things you can do with it. So I'm going to pull up my video to show you guys what it looks like. Say that like that was my first time using iMovie, so it reminded me how that was wrong. easy it was to use technology in learning, and like it's just an easy way to get out what you're trying to learn. And where's the PowerPoint? Sorry. And while he pulls that up, I want to introduce Sam, who will talk about the class website and blog.
And one thing very briefly that I also like about Alex's piece there is it has the hallmarks of literacy. He's got quotations from the book. He's got internal references. He's got a voiceover. Those are all, if you look at your handout, you'll see those elements that needed to be included as part of this.
How's everyone doing? Good. So, as Alex said, I'm going to talk about the class website. This is a picture of Mr. Macy's website, which is actually right off of our high school's website. It's a link right there. All right. So it's a great tool for planning. I miss a ton of school. I'm a ski racer. I miss every Friday for the high school team. In the past, I was missing up to weeks at a time, and the website helps out a ton. Due to the fact that there's a great calendar that Mr. Macy has put on there, it helps out a lot because it's not just, we read pages 323 in our purple books. It's usually, we read pages 323, we answered the odd questions in the back of the book, we did a clicker quiz, come in and see me tomorrow morning if you miss it, that kind of thing. Where it's got, it's very descriptive and it helps out a lot. Also, it's got a lot of links, which help out a ton, because I've spent hours upon hours looking for a good website, a reliable website with good information where I can find the whole MLA format for the bibliography, all that stuff. And he's got a whole bunch of links on there right away for some good reliable sites or search engines that he wants us to be using, and they just help out a ton. Also, he's got a whole bunch of class documents on there, and those save my life. I hate MLA format. I don't know why, it's just one of those things that I just despise doing it every single time I have to. And he's got the page on there already set up where all I have to do is click download, and I can just start typing right away, and it helps out a ton. Like I said before, there's always homework on there, postings, which always help out with the detailed descriptions of it. The project outlines, I'm sure that video that Alex actually did, he's got that whole website, that whole entire outline of that project right on that home page. So you don't have to go anywhere, it's right there, that's the biggest project, so it's right on that home page, which helps out a lot. Like I said, with organization on the calendar, I hate writing in my planner. Along with MLA, those are two things I just hate doing. I don't know why, like I said, it's just, I hate it. But that's the thing with the calendar, it helps out a lot. I'm online all the time with Facebook, all that stuff, I'm a teenage guy, I have to talk to all my friends all the time. And so, I'm right there, I can just open that up and I'm right there. It helps out a lot. The most important link that I used was the link to the blog. This is the blog, Mr. Macy's blog that he had us do. And I actually like the blog a lot. Okay, so those of you that don't know what a blog is, it's basically, I guess you could say if you have a Facebook, it's kind of like that. You can update your status and people can comment on it. But usually use them for something more important, for me at least, with school. Like I said, this is the kind of thing where he has us do, you read pages 333 through 338, and you post a text which Alex will talk about in a little bit. But that helps out a lot. Also, it makes me look at books in a different way. It helps out a lot because I can see everybody's postings on that section. And so I read that whole section too, but I don't think that at the same time. I read somebody else's, I can comment on that, we can have a discussion about it, and that helps out a lot. And like I said, it's a lot more fun, I think, than writing a paper on the things that we learned in that 5-page section, because I can actually have a conversation with somebody about it, which helps out a lot. And like I said earlier, I'm online all the time anyways, so it's right there. Let's see. And now is Alex back again with the texty format for the blog.
Okay, so as he just said, this is our format that we have to do for our blog. So the texty is like, it stands for stuff. So the T means, So the T stands for what have you learned or what did you read about in the reading. Then the EX means that write an excerpt, like a quote, and then about that you thought was very important, and then also cited, which helps us with the MLA and the text citations. Then the T was like try to ask a question about what you learned, because I believe that, and Mr. Macy believes that, like the more you ask questions, I think the more you learn, instead of just reading it and saying, okay, this is what I did. Well, asking a question helps you get more information that you'd like to know that will help you out in the long run. Then also with that the Y stands for like something that relates to you, that, or something that can somehow interact with your life, because also I believe that if it interacts with your life, you'll understand it more, because it doesn't make any sense in your life or anything. It's just another thing you read. While this way you can connect to it, and it's just easier to understand the book that you're reading. Then it's an easy way to do everything, because it's very outlined, and you can actually, because it's on the blog, so you can converse with other people, so you can see like what other people have written too. And you can save paper, because no one likes just carrying paper around with them, and then it's a new age, so we like to save paper because we're going green. And also, as I said earlier, that you can see what other people are reading or saying. And then also the format's easy to learn, and also that everything, asking a question and everything helps you learn like off of that. And here's a basic form of a textie where like they have what they learned, the example, and then a question, and then also how related to them. And also every student can see this, so it also helps if you're lost that, oh, I can say this or I can relate to that. And now I'd like to introduce Alec to talk about the Google trips.
Alrighty. I'm sure all of you know that inside the classroom, each of us learn incredibly different. I myself am a visual learner. Probably have many friends out there. I'm also a digital native. You can have me software computers as my peers as well. We love it. Cell phones, technology, PDFs, Blackberries, classroom technology. That's our life. As the movie said, good or bad, but that's the way we live. We love it. So one of those ways to integrate the classroom is through Google Lit Trips. Have anybody heard of this program yet? Okay, just a handful of you. That's awesome. So one of those ways, reading a book is great, talking about it can be great, but understanding, giving the students an ability to visualize exactly where that character is going, or how troops are moving, depending on So what this is, on top of the screen here, you have the example of Into the Wild, fantastic book. And what this is showing is, the characters moving through the United States, especially when you're looking at a book that has a huge plot, large schemes. It gives, especially as the teachers, an ability to represent and show the students exactly, what the character is doing. That way they can, visual learners, and they can actually really get into the text. This is off a website called googlelittrips.org. Pretty easy website to remember, so you can jot that down. It runs off the software of Google Earth. Amazing software using satellites, and especially the detail on this thing is absolutely gorgeous. It becomes 3D, or you can assume in the air. It's fantastic. So this is what the software runs off of. You're more than welcome to visit the website as well. There is a PDF file called The Basics of Viewing a Google Lit Trip. It's found under downloads in there. That's going to give you a step-by-step process of how to use the program and integrate it into your deal. So super easy to learn as well. If you consider yourself more of a digital immigrant, that's totally fine. I'm sure a student can help you. They love that stuff, so I would. But super easy to learn. So once you get the hang of it and the incredibly detailed instructions, that way you can throw it up there, not be embarrassed. It's going to be on the screen, and you're good to go. So, alrighty, and alrighty. As I went over, the easiness to learn from on top of here. Looks like you have a book as well running through Europe. Doesn't matter where, Google Earth completely surrounds the Earth, so it doesn't matter what type of book you have, throw the latitudes and longitudes and cities, and it will take you there. Yeah, and that's the other thing about it too. It's fun. I mean, for you to sit in your bed or whatever, read a book, for you to log onto your computer and, especially if you have Facebook and stuff like that, you're like, hey, give me a second, guys, I have to plot some character movement through, the Swiss Alps. We love it, so.